Okay, we're going to do our third and final video of the review of Ruger's Impact 22 Spring Air. This is a combo kit that came from Airgun Depot with the center point scope, under $100. The videos we've been titling "Is this the best air rifle for under $100?" And so we're going to wrap it up. I did get a trigger pull weight on it. It's about 4.5 pounds. I did get a scale come in. The only other thing I didn't really mention that I wanted to mention in the shooting impressions video was number 2, was the sound level, which I thought was very good on this gun. It makes a lot of mechanical noise and a big springy buzz sound when it shoots, but really no sound at all comes from the muzzle end. There's no kind of snap or anything that you can hear from the muzzle end. And with this giant suppressor on here, you know, it's really not too surprising that this thing would actually work given its size. And this right here, this suppressor may be the best feature of the entire gun, and may be actually worth buying one of these, taking that off and putting it on something else, because it did work so well at suppressing that muzzle snap. Other than that, I mentioned earlier that these two stock screws, one here and here, wanted to work loose continuously. I never really conquered that. I tried Loctiting them down with red Loctite, letting the glue, putting extra Loctite on the screws, letting it sit overnight, putting more on it, and then installing them, letting it sit for 10 or 12 hours, and letting them harden up. It's still, I think they back out slower now, but they still back out. So the main point of this last video was going to be the accuracy testing, and we covered the velocities and consistencies in video number 2. Velocities are running 450 to 470 with average grain pellets. A little low compared to what you can get out of a better 22 Spring Air. But they were consistent, and we were getting standard deviations in the 3s. It's pretty good. So, you know, let's move on to the accuracy results. I'm not going to take a lot of time with this because there wasn't much accuracy really to report on, so it's not going to take very long. This is the best shot I got, best group I got, and these were the Gammo Diablo Match pellets. It's right here, 1 3/4 inches off the bench at 60 feet. If you take this group here without the flyer, it's smaller. It's probably a tiny bit under 1 inch, that right there, and that would have been about the best group I'd have gotten if I hadn't had that flyer. If it could have got somewhere in the middle of that with that 5th shot. Typical problem with accuracy on this was, with most pellets, was vertical stringing. You can see this group, these groups here, both of them show really, that's just crazy. That one is, that's just insane, that kind of vertical stringing. And you know, this one kind of shows it too. You know, you could shoot it 4 or 5 times, get 3 accurate shots and a couple of big flyers, and that's what pretty much it shows. These were the Excite Plinkers. That's, you know, 2 inches or more. That's almost 3-inch group. Not too good. You know, and when you're shooting it, I did fire ultimately a couple hundred rounds through this gun. You start to feel that the accuracy is there. And if you do exactly hold it exactly the way it wants to be held, you can place the shot where you want it to. But any slight deviation from that, you're going to get a flyer. Any contact with the butt pad, we mentioned before how the stock is really misshapen. There's just not enough wood back here compared to what's up here. The balance is all wrong. It's too thin. If you let any part of that butt stock contact your clavicle, if you hit something hard, that will automatically be a flyer. Now, regardless of how well you know, you do with your sight control and sight picture, it has to be held exactly right. So, you know, in conclusion, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Do I think this is the best air gun still for under $100? Well, maybe. I mean, if you use that criteria, you don't go over $100. It has the power for hunting. It comes with a scope. It is $100. It is a 22. It's got a nice wood stock. And eventually, if you start working through the problems, You may be able to solve the accuracy issues if you can get the trigger maybe a little bit lighter. Try to find a way to get these screws to stay at a consistent tension. The barrel seems to be high quality. It has good consistency. The accuracy may be in this gun somewhere. Could you hum with it the way it is? Yeah, you could, especially on squirrel or something, or rabbits on the ground where you're getting a pretty good profile, pretty large target to shoot at. You know, on smaller targets, it's going to break your heart every once in a while. You're not going to hold it right, and you're going to get a flyer, and you're going to miss whatever you're shooting at. You know, and when you're hunting, that always brings in the risk of, you know, wounding an animal in a way you didn't really mean to. So, you know, that's not the best. But is it the best air gun for under $100? You know, I think it is. In this category, in a 22 category, in 17 caliber, I think you probably could do better for right at $100. The $130 that Walmart's asking for this combo is definitely not worth it. No way. You can do way better for $100, and if you're willing to get it the extra $25, even in 22 caliber, you can do way better. And there's just, I'm not going to go into all the other better choices that could be made for $125 or $130, but there's lots of them. But you know, if you want that to be your budget under $100, it's not a bad choice if you're willing to work with it. Is it a fun gun to shoot? It's the worst. I mean, it's not fun to shoot. It does what it's supposed to do, but there's nothing pleasurable about any part of it. Cocking effort's high, the recoil is painful, difficult to control. About the only thing you can say that's pleasant about shooting it, it's really quiet. You can stand 5 feet behind someone shooting this thing, and you can't even hardly hear it go off. It sounds about the sound level like a Red Ryder BB gun would have, maybe less. So, you know, there's a bright spot. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to sell this gun to somebody, and we're going to get something else to review. So thanks for watching the series. This is all over and saying have a great day.